Hi, this is Stephanie Snikowski with a presentation on health reimbursement arrangements and how they can help small businesses get creative in offering employee benefits. There are several formats of HRA plans, but we're going to focus on the following three. The integrated HRA requires employees to be covered under a high deductible health insurance plan. And these folks will get reimbursed their deductible and out-of-pocket expenses as determined by the employer. The QHSERA is available to employers with less than 50 employees, also a reimbursement arrangement. And the individual coverage HRA, which is a hybrid of the integrated and QHSERA HRA plans. What is an integrated HRA? The integrated HRA is the more common known type of health reimbursement arrangements. It is linked to a high deductible health plan through a respective health insurance company. It is only offered to those at the company who take the group insurance, as the HRA is a supplement to help employees with the deductible and out-of-pocket costs associated with that high deductible plan. The contributions to the health reimbursement account are made by the employer. They choose how much they are going to contribute into that fund. There are several ways to design how the plan is going to work. So it could be first dollar access to those funds for the employees and their families. It could be designed as the employees and their families must reach a certain deductible amount first, then have access to the HRA. Or it could also be designed as a sandwich type deductible where the employee and their families pay first towards a deductible, then the HRA reimburses, and then it's back to the employee and the families to fund additional amounts. So there is flexibility in designing the integrated HRA that covers the deductibles, the co-payments, and the co-insurance amounts. This slide is an illustration of how an integrated health reimbursement account could be set up. So on the left, you have the high deductible plan is $2,000 for a single and a $4,000 family. That's the maximum out of pocket. So we have the employee would pay the first $1,000 and the employer would pick up then the remainder $1,000 on the single deductible. Once that's reached, then there's no more reimbursement or out of pocket to be met. Under the family pays for the first $2,000. The employer pays the next $2,000 of the high deductible plan to reach the overall max out of pocket of the $4,000. This again is just an example. It can be set up where the HRA pays first or the member pays first. There is flexibility depending on what the employer is looking for based on the budget. What are the HRA advantages for employers? The reimbursements are tax deductible. The HRA account does not need to be pre-funded. This flexibility allows for greater control of the cash flow. If the employee leaves employment, the employer retains ownership of the funds. It encourages employees to be smarter consumers of their healthcare spending. And there's plan design and flexibility as the employer determines the maximum amount they'll reimburse annually and who will pay those deductible expenses first, whether it's the employee paying a certain dollar amount or the employer. So again, flexibility in design. What is the QHSERA HRA plan? QHSERA allows employers with less than 50 employees to set aside a fixed dollar amount each month that the employees can use to purchase an individual health insurance plan, or they can use that on medical expenses. This means that the employers get to offer a benefit in a tax-efficient manner without the hassle or headache of administering a traditional group plan. Employees have the flexibility to choose a plan, an individual plan that they want. There is a maximum reimbursement amount for single and for families. The primary intent of the QHSERA is to allow for reimbursement of an individual health insurance premium, but also can include out-of-pocket expenses. It is an arrangement that is on the same terms for all full-time employees, and it cannot be offered with a group health plan. So the QHSERA is simple administration. The employers design the plan and set the reimbursement allowances and set it up through a third-party administrator. The employees pay for their own health insurance and medical premiums, and then submit their receipts and their proof of purchase for the health insurance or for the medical expenses to the third-party reimbursement administrator, and the employers then reimburse the employee up to that set limit. So there's a third-party administrator. The employees submit their receipts, and based on what's allowed each month by the employer, then the third-party administrator reimburses the employees those respective amounts. What is an individual coverage HRA? It enables employers of all sizes to reimburse their employees tax-free for health insurance premiums and medical expenses. The ICHRA can only reimburse individual premiums, unlike the traditional integrated HRA, which cannot. The individual coverage HRA works specifically with the individual health insurance plans. It's available to any size business with no contribution limits. And before an employee can receive reimbursement, they must show proof of the premium paid or the medical expense receipt. This slide is a side-by-side summary of the integrated HRA plan, the QHSERA plan, and the individual coverage HRA. It reflects the size of the employer, the contribution limits, if it can be partnered with a group health plan, who's eligible or what is eligible for reimbursement. So this is a great snapshot of what's just been reviewed. Thanks for taking the time to view my presentation on health reimbursement arrangements. I hope that it has enlightened you if you were not familiar with these plans and how they work. If I can answer additional questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks again for your time.